Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Transit. My name is Danelle, and I'm so pumped that you are here this morning for Transit Online. Hey, I want to know who's watching. I want to know who's here with me this morning. So make sure you drop a emoji in the chat. Hey, if you've been around Transit for a while, you know that my favorite emoji is by far the fire emoji. I love it because that just says who I am. Because I'm just a fire guy. Hey guys, I am so pumped that you joined us this morning. Hey, this is your first time. Your very first time. I will let you know that Transit exists to help students discover a faith of their own. So it's a place where you can come and have a ton of fun and invite your friends. And if you are brand new, brand spanking new, I want to make sure that you get a gift in your hand. So make sure you go into the link in our description, click on it, fill it out, and we'll send you some Transit swag just to say thank you so much for tuning in this morning. But hey, we are starting a brand new series today called In Charge. We're talking all about the powers and authority. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a really good one. But before we do that, I feel like I need to do this because I haven't done it yet. Happy Thanksgiving! Happy Turkey Day! How are you guys doing? Oh my goodness, I almost forgot about it. See, for some reason this year, Thanksgiving just came up so quickly. But guys, I'm super pumped for Thanksgiving. I am definitely the guy that loves to eat all the pies. My favorite Thanksgiving dessert is pumpkin pie. Hey, let me know in the chat what your favorite part of Thanksgiving is. If it's dessert, the turkey, the cranberry sauce, the stuffing. What do you love the most about Thanksgiving dinner? And what do you love the most about anything, To be honest, I also love the entire idea of being thankful for everything that God has blessed us with. I'm super thankful for my family. I'm thankful for the Transit team here who's helped me record this. Man, if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for you guys, Transit wouldn't happen. So thanks so much for tuning in. And can we get a hand clap for everyone, for our production team, for making this happen every single Sunday? Hey guys, well, we're gonna head into a game called What's That Number? Thanksgiving edition. Ooh, I'm gonna put it out there. I gotta let you guys know, I am utter trash at this game. I'm so bad at guessing the numbers or figuring things out. So please help me out here. Okay, put in the chat what you think the answer is. And we're just gonna start off right off the bat, okay? Let's get this game going. So you have to guess if this number is feathers on a turkey, volunteers in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, or footballs needed for Thanksgiving Day game. Now, if you don't know, okay, Thanksgiving is a different day in America. I think this might be a Thanksgiving America game. But hey, just guess, just figure it out. We love our friends on the other side of the border. They're great. Because the Macy's Parade is this big thing that they do. And then football, we're probably gonna watch basketball, but football is good, it's good. All right, let me think, 8,000, is that feathers or is that, I'm gonna say it is feathers on a turkey. That's my answer. Let me know, put in the chat, what do you think? Is it feathers on a turkey? Answer is... Oh, I was wrong. It is the amount of volunteers you need for the Thanksgiving Day Parade. Wow, you need that many volunteers for a parade? That is crazy. Okay, next one. 5,000. Oh. I thought it was gonna be a bigger number. It is 53. Okay, is that the amount of pilgrims at the very first Thanksgiving? Is it the heaviest turkey on record in pounds? Or is it the average number of dinner rolls served per meal? Ooh. Okay, I gotta be honest, I don't think it's a B. Because we have some turkeys around here in Barrie, some wild turkeys, and I've seen them. And they are some fat turkeys. I gotta say it, they're really big turkeys. So I don't think 53 pounds. I think they're at least 120, but that's just me, okay? Pilgrims at the very first Thanksgiving, I feel it's probably more. I feel it's probably hundreds of pilgrims at the very first Thanksgiving. So the answer for me has to be number C, is the average number of dinner rolls served per meal. I think people love dinner rolls. I think they do. Let me know what you think. Let's see the answer. Oh, I was wrong. I was so wrong. Oh gosh. Yeah, that was right. The amount of pilgrims at the very first Thanksgiving. Wow. Okay, next one. Let's see. 86. Oh, the production guy already gave the answer. Oh man, oh, I love it. So there was 86, which is the pounds for the heaviest turkey on record. See, I was still off. I said 120 last round. It's actually 86, which is, I don't know, I was kind of close, kinda. But wow, wow. Thanks, man, thanks. Okay, next one, let's see. Ooh, 150,000. What feels like dollars? I would love $150,000 right now. Is it A, the cost of the most expensive Thanksgiving meal on record? B, Thanksgiving Day calls to the Butterball Turkey Hotline? Or is it dollars spent per minute online for Black Friday? Oh, I love Black Friday. Oh, I cannot wait till November because I love the shopping. My wife and I, we're gonna get a TV. That is our goal, because you know this TV is nice. So I think I'm gonna try to convince my wife to get this size of a TV. Yeah, you can. If you know her, ask her to get this size TV. But I think it is B, Thanksgiving Day calls to the Butterball Turkey Hotline, because you know people need their Butterball turkeys. They do. So I think it's B, and it's the most outrageous one. So I hope it's B. Let's see. What's the answer? Oh, guys, I am so terrible at this game. I told you from the very beginning, I am trash at number games, and by far, this game is whooping my butt. It's happened. Okay, so it is A, the cost of most expensive Thanksgiving meal on record. It's probably for like, I don't know, like 400 people. Has to be, I don't know, or more. I don't know. Okay, let's do two more. Next question. 3. Oh, it's just 3. Okay, is it A, average number of days people eat leftovers? Average after dinner nap in 3 hours? Days the first Thanksgiving lasted. I'm gonna say, not the first one, because everyone knows you at least have Thanksgiving leftovers for a week. Minimum. That turkey can last for a long time. So I'm not gonna say A. B is, that sounds pretty right. All my relatives, after we have Thanksgiving dinner, everyone finds a spot in the house. I mean, the couch, the beds, of course, the floors, even sometimes at the dinner table, they're just like they're out. They are out. I love it. Okay, but I'm gonna, days the first Thanksgiving lasted. It's more like a festival to me. Thanksgiving festival, pilgrims. Okay guys, I'm gonna make an educated, well, not so educated, but a very good guesstimate right now. And I'm gonna say it is C. Am I right? Drum roll, please. Am I right? Ah! Yeah! Ooh, can't touch it. I got it. I got it. Oh man, okay, that was our last one, guys. Oh, that was too good. I gotta end on a good note. Hey guys, well, happy Thanksgiving. I am super excited because one thing I'm thankful for is everyone, not only here in transit, not only watching online, but all those who are in such big leadership positions who are able to tell us, you know, what we can do, what we should do. People who are guiding us, people, you know, empower. And today we're going to be talking about that. People who are in charge. Now, I'm gonna be honest, there's some good people in charge and there's not so good people in charge. But there's a guy in the Bible that was in charge that was amazing. So today we're going to talk about what it looks like. Before we do that, I'm just going to pray. Father God, I thank you and I praise you for every single person who is watching here online. God, I'm thankful that we're able to get together this weekend as families all over to be thankful for all that you have blessed us with. So God, I want to say thank you once again for everything you have done for us. And God, today, as we are about to hear this message and hear about those who are in charge, God, what that looks like in our lives and what we need to do to respond to those people, God, I pray you open our minds, our ears, and clear our minds so we're able to hear from you. God, thanks so much for loving us. We love you, and we pray. Amen.
Hi friends, I'm Stuart, and I love stories. This is a true story from my life. When I was in 7th grade science class, Miss Jenkins' class, I love Miss Jenkins. She's so sweet. You have a Miss Jenkins in your life. Just a sweet teacher, always kind, you love being in her class, and we were dissecting frogs. Me, and I have my lab partner, Wes, he's with me, and Miss Jenkins left the room. Well, that's like a 7th grade playground. Like, she's gonna leave the room and we can do whatever we want to with this frog. So we decide that I'm gonna take the piece of green spearmint gum out of my mouth. I'm going to roll it into a ball to appear somewhat like an organ in this frog's body. We put it into the frog that we're dissecting so that we can try and trick Miss Jenkins when she comes back into class. Funny idea, right? Miss Jenkins comes back into class. She's walking around from place to place. Miss Jenkins, could you tell us what this is? We think this is gonna be funny. You know, this is a silly idea, innocent. Miss Jenkins comes over. Not only is she kind and sweet, she also happens to be really smart. She takes the little tweezer things, picks it up, smells it, smells like spearmint, discovers us immediately. We fail the dissection. Then she lets our parents know. We have to explain to our parents what we did when she left the room. And all of a sudden we're like, oh my goodness, this just would have been better if she never left the room. The other people in the class must have been thinking, you guys, why would you do that? That was so silly. That was dumb. Anyway, have you ever been in a situation like that where it just would have been better to have an authority around? Or what about this? When you were a kid getting ready to play a game at recess with a bunch of other kids, what's one of the first things you had to do? You had to put somebody in charge. Somehow you had to decide who would be the team captains or who would be the referee or who would make the rules. And sometimes choosing the person in charge was easy. It was a group decision. But other times there were those kids who made themselves the boss. You know the ones. Maybe they really knew how to play the game, so it made sense. Or maybe they were just confident enough or big enough or tough enough so that no one would challenge their little kid leadership. You know what I mean? But no matter how someone got to be the leader, the reality is that for better or worse, somebody had to be in charge. And that brings me to my question for today. What comes to mind when you hear the word authority? When you think about somebody being in charge of you, how do you feel? I think if we're honest, some of you would say you really hate it. You think having somebody in charge of you or telling you what to do is just annoying. You feel like you can make decisions for yourself, so having somebody else do it is really frustrating. Or maybe you struggle with authority because you've only ever had bad experiences with it. The people in charge in your life are mean. They've used their authority to hurt you or yell at you or treat you unfairly. And even though we know that not every person in charge is like that, it makes you question almost every authority figure you deal with in life. Or maybe you think authority figures aren't worth following because they're kind of silly. Like the people that you see in charge in movies or TV, they're always the ones being made fun of and they're never totally with it. They're never really sure what's going on. So why would you follow people like that? Or maybe the authority figures in your life feel more like friends than people in charge of you. And that makes things a little bit confusing. Like one minute they're cracking jokes and making things fun and being super cool. And then the next minute they're bossing you around or making you follow the rules. And that's just confusing, right? Maybe you don't really mind having somebody in charge of you. Sure, you don't always love the rules, but you aren't fighting against them either. It almost makes things easier to have someone like a parent or teacher or coach tell you what to do. No matter what you feel about the people in charge of your life, the reality is that authority is not only something we're all gonna have to deal with in life, it's something we all need. Without it, the world would be complete and total chaos. I mean, imagine what it would be like if there were no rules for driving. No traffic lights, no speed limits, no stop signs. It would make being on the road a completely different and horrifying experience. For a second, you might think that that would be really fun until it wasn't. Or what if your school had no rules? You show up when you wanted, you leave when you wanted, you eat all the food in the teacher's lounge, skip out on the mile run in PE class, and never have to do your homework. I mean, that may sound awesome. In fact, it kind of does sound awesome. But if you really play it out, the reality is it would be insanity. You'd get to the end of your school career and barely be able to string together a math problem. Not good news for your future, am I right? Y'all, my point is this: authority has its place in our world. It has a purpose. In fact, it's part of the way that God designed things to be. And because of that, it's something we have to learn to live with. We have to learn how to deal with the people in charge of us, even when it's hard, even when it's frustrating, even when you feel like they don't deserve to be in charge, even when we're not sure that they're handling their authority the right way. We have to learn to deal with authority. With so many different ideas of what authority is and isn't supposed to be, I think the best thing we can do is go back to the beginning. You guys ever play that game where like if you spin it and you put your finger on it, like that's where you have to go? And you're like, oh no, right in the middle of the North Atlantic Ocean. When God created the world, it was created with authority in mind. God made the stars and the sun and the moon, the water and the mountains, the flowers and animals, and God had authority over all of that creation. God was in charge. But then God made humans. Adam and Eve were created, and they were given authority over all the earth. That means that as humans, we're in charge of taking care of the things that God made on earth. Being in charge was part of the plan for us. And for thousands of years after that, people used their authority in all kinds of different ways. Some people were really great leaders, and some weren't. Some people really treated the people and things they were in charge of well, and some people didn't. Some people followed the law and some didn't. All throughout history, humans have been struggling to know what it looks like to use their authority in a good way. Then Jesus came to earth, and this whole authority thing got a little bit more complicated. At the time, religious leaders had a lot of authority. They were the people in charge, but when Jesus came in, he lived like he had a lot of authority too. In fact, he even went so far as to say it. Take a look at what one of his followers, a guy named Matthew, recalled. Jesus came and told his disciples, "I have been given all authority in heaven and on earth." Okay, so this is a pretty simple sentence, but it has a really big impact on our lives today. Jesus wasn't just talking here, he was telling the truth. When he came to earth, Jesus came with the ultimate authority. He had the ability to do literally anything he wanted to do with the authority God had given him. And a lot of the religious leaders probably thought Jesus would use his authority to do things like make more rules or punish people who didn't follow the law, or only be kind to the people who believed in him. But what did Jesus actually do with that authority? Turns out he did a lot of great things that nobody expected. He healed the sick. He treated women as equals. He forgave people's sins. He welcomed people who others turned away. He told everyone that they were invited to believe in and follow God. Jesus never used his authority to make people feel hurt or less than him. Instead, he used it to make their lives better. And I think what that can teach each of us is this: Jesus is the example of good authority, and that changes everything. Because no matter what our experience with authority has been in our lives, we can look to Jesus to understand what authority is truly supposed to look like. When we see what he did and how he lived, we get a glimpse at what it looks like when someone uses their authority for good. Jesus is the example of good authority. He's the example of authority we can trust and follow and even do our best to model. And when we're not sure how the people in charge in our lives are handling their authority, we can look to Jesus to be reminded of what real, good authority can be like. When it comes to how we understand authority, knowing Jesus changes everything. Jesus is the example of good authority. So how does this help us when it comes to dealing with the people in charge of our lives right now? How does knowing Jesus is the example of good authority help us with authority today? It shows us what good authority looks like for us, and I think it starts by doing two things. First, think about what you know about Jesus. Think about the things you know about the way he lived, the things he did, and the way he treated people. If you're not sure about some of this, your small group would be a great place to start figuring it out. Have a conversation with them today about some of the things that you know about Jesus. Maybe even make a list together of the things that make him a good authority figure, somebody worth following. Then look for that same good in the authority figures in your life. Your teachers, your parents, your guardians, your coaches, your older siblings, your babysitter, your small group leader, your school resource officer, your guidance counselor. Who are the people in charge of you? Maybe you love the way they use their authority, and maybe you don't. Either way, they're in charge. And one thing that can help you follow them is to look for the good in the way that they're leading. Look for the way they're leading like Jesus. No, they won't be healing the sick or raising people from the dead, and they're definitely not going to be perfect like Jesus was, but the authority figures in your life might be using kind words or giving you a second chance. They might be helping you at school or extending forgiveness when you mess up. Maybe they're treating everyone fairly and with respect. If you have someone in charge of your life right now, look for the positive things about the way they're using their authority. Let me stop here and say that there's a difference between authority you just don't want to deal with and authority that's being abused. Like when your mom asks you to take out the trash and that makes you mad, she's not bad authority. You just feel annoyed at what she's trying to ask you to do. But when someone is using their authority to abuse you or to harm you or to hurt you or treat you in a way that makes you feel like you have no power to say no, that's different. Remember, Jesus used his authority for good. And when someone is using their authority over you to do anything that isn't good, you need to speak up. Start that conversation with your group leader today. Your leaders want to use the authority they have to help you get the support that you need. So remember, Jesus is the example of good authority. And the truth is, we're all trying to figure this authority thing out, including me. That's why it's important for us to talk about it with people we can trust. That's why we have groups. Your group is a great place where you can talk about whatever you're going through and whatever you're thinking about. So I want to encourage you to talk about all of your thoughts and experiences with authority with your group today.
Wow, what an amazing message. And I love it because it is so true. Jesus showed what it meant to respect those who were in charge, but also, can we just talk about it? It was Jesus? Like at any moment, he could have snapped his fingers and all those who were abusing their power could have been like, bye-bye. But no, he still respected them, even if he didn't agree with them. I'm excited for next week because we're going to be talking about two guys in the Bible that really demonstrate what it looks like to have power and respect power, but also what it means that you can also lose that power. Hey guys, it's been an amazing time here in transit. You guys are the bomb.com, you guys are the best for sure. I can't wait to continue this series next week. But hey, of course, before we end off our time together, we have a challenge for you guys. So today, here is your challenge. What is this word? I don't know if I can. What's arachibutyrophobia? Arachibutyrophobia. What do you think this phobia is? Because I can't even pronounce it. I have no idea. Since it starts with an A, I'm thinking it's like an arc, like you're scared of arcs, or you're scared of butts. Get it? Because there's a butt right there. No, okay. I have no idea. Hey, put in the chat or send us a DM on Instagram. I'm not sure, but let's take a look. What is the answer? It is the fear of peanut. Oh, I had no idea. Oh, it's a fear of peanuts. That is cool. That is cool. That's so cool. Well, we learned a new word today. And for those who already knew the word, hey, good on ya. Hey guys, it's been an amazing time hanging out with you guys for Transit Online. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with a friend. We don't want to be selfish. We want everyone on the internet to be able to be a part of what we did here today on Transit Online. Hey, we'll see you guys next week for part 2 of In Charge here in Transit Live at 10:30 next Sunday. Have a great Thanksgiving weekend. Peace out.